Well, let's just go across to Mr. Salman Khurshid. Mr. Khurshid, self-regulation already exists in the broadcasting media. Many may not agree with the way the broadcasting media is read, but can you actually muzzle it? Aren't you going dangerously close to, again, what happened with Anna Hazare, where you tried to muzzle him, arrested him, that backfired? In the UK, for instance, there is a joint body between the government and industry, but here, this reaction seems knee-jerk, seems like it's diverting from the real issues.
Well, I don't think that that's a fair assessment to make. First of all, I said that there isn't a collective government point of view on regulating media. That's point number one. Point number two, there are models, and you've just mentioned something in the UK. If there are models for better coordination, and if that model is better than the existing self-regulation we have in this country, then I would imagine that you would be just happy to look at it as we will be. Three, that on any area, discussion, debate, and stakeholder consultation is not something that should lead to people getting worried. You've got to trust the government. Even if the government is uncomfortable about the quality of reporting, you shouldn't just assume that the government will automatically blame it entirely on the media. We have our own internal assessments and all our own internal steps to be taken, which we do from time to time. The setting up of the GOM on media was one such very significant step. The dialogue that we have tried to proceed with between the GOM and other colleagues, as well as the media, I think that is something that you know is another dimension of that. And I don't think that you should so easily and lightly assume that the government thinks that imposed regulation is the only remedy. If at all we feel some sense of disquiet, or somebody feels a sense of disquiet about quality of reporting. We value the media enormously. We believe that we have a partnership with the media. The political setup of the country has a partnership with the media, and I think we should move towards a more meaningful collaboration and relationship rather than any disquiet or suspicion about each other. So, Mr. Khurshid,
you're making a careful point that maybe some had disquiet. This is not a government point of view. No GM has been set up yet. But Madhu Threyan, both two very senior journalists, Arun Shourie and you, as somebody who's covered politics for years and politicians, should we start worrying when we hear about greater collaboration and talking about the disquiet that's being felt in certain circles?
It's to be expected, of course, because, you know, when Mrs. Gandhi arrested Jayaprakash Narayan, there was only the government media. So a lot of people, large part of the nation did not know what happened. So they were under complete, it was state control, the media, as far as the electronic media is concerned. So I think to try to repeat that now would be, of course, a huge mistake. Now we're hearing that all the huge coverage was one-sided. The point of the matter is, there were varying degrees of support in all the different channels. The government state electronic media, Doordarshan, has the largest reach, largest distribution in the country. Instead of trying to muzzle or angle other channels, the best thing they could do is to create wonderful programming which presents their point of view. They have all the means to do it. They have, in many parts of the country, that's the only channel a large part of the country gets. So why object to what other channels are doing if you can make it competitive? Now, their credibility, for example, when the Gulf War was on, or the Iraq War covered by CNN, I would not watch CNN because I knew it was slanted. I would actually watch Doordarshan and Al Jazeera when I could.
Though to be fair, the Doordarshan currently says that it does maintain an independent editorial policy. I have to say that's what they say on record.
I need to interrupt you on this because Ambika Soni, when she was made Minister of Information and Broadcasting, was interviewed and asked, what are your plans for Doordarshan? And she said, I'm going to show all the programs the Congress party is going to be doing and is doing. Now, one thing, that is like saying that I'm only going to supply water or electricity to the Congress party members. This Doordarshan has a history of being unaccountable. It is our taxpayers' money.
Of course,
They're using it, and they're using it badly.
NDTV's cricket app, Android and iPhone. Fastest scorecard, special analysis, and much more. Download free. ndtv.com/apps.